Hi guys, it's Pine. Today I'm going to be showing you one of my most exciting races that I've had in months. So, as always, I hope that you all enjoy. Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, or as we all know it, Spa. 7 kilometers of grueling, high-speed racing through the most beautiful forest Belgium has to offer. There is never a disappointing race here, always producing tight battles and plenty of drama. Today I'll be using this tuned Corvette, the one you saw in the second clip. With just shy of 400 brake horsepower, this thing really knows how to go, but it can be as challenging to drive as it is fun. I qualified 4th after a mediocre qualifying to start off the 9-lap race. To clarify, this race is round 2 of the GT Invitational Championship. As the name suggests, it's an invitational series. And we get going after the light to go out. As expected, the 458 behind gets a mega start, so I have to cover the inside going into turn 1. And luckily the Portuguese driver could not pull off an overtake, so we managed to retain 4th coming out of the first corner on lap 1. Not a bad way to start the race as we head down through Eau Rouge, and I'll skip ahead just a little bit after the Camel Straight to where things start to get a little bit more interesting. We can see now the two main protagonists of this story, the two Audis of Pagani and Joker, who I'll be battling with for pretty much the entire race. As Pagani now goes down the inside of Joker, makes the move stick for P2. However, despite that great overtake from Pagani on Joker, he is going to get caught up by the car going wide in front of him, that Chevrolet going really wide on the Astro, and that leaves an open gap for Joker to go through on the inside of Poo, and I go on the inside as well of Kieran. Me and Joker both make a stick on the insides as Pagani and Kieran both have to go off, and that is now me up into first. On the inside of this upcoming corner, is Joker going to make a stick around the outside? No, he can't quite make a stick, but he's still there, and he's still lurking behind as I go slightly slow out the exit through there, and he goes to the outside, and I hit the bollard on the inside here, start sliding, and Joker makes the position through to first. If you ever need to know a step-by-step guide on how not to drive Spa, then let me know. So now we skip to the start of lap 2. I'm still behind Joker, but you see Joker just cuts that Eau Rouge bar there, and he goes wide, has to lift off to give me the position. So that's me through on the Camel Straight. However, that leaves Joker vulnerable to Pagani behind. So they're going to start battling going into the chicane. Joker chooses the inside, Pagani goes around the outside. Is he going to make the move stick? He does it even before they have to brake. Incredible overtake from Pagani there. So now the order is Pagani second and me first. Now, later on in this lap, Pagani's just caught up a little bit, but see, he's pushed me off slightly. So he lifts off a little bit more just to let me back through again. But that leaves Pagani vulnerable yet again to Joker, who decides to do what Pagani did to him on lap 1. Takes him on the inside of Pouon. So now the order has changed yet again. I'm still first, but Joker is now second. And the action is not over yet. Joker has got a lot of pace in that Audi, and he is catching me fast through these couple of corners. I'm struggling quite a bit for grip through these corners. I go slightly wide onto the Astro again, and he decides it's time to overtake at this corner yet again, this time taking the inside, but I'm just forced to yield. There's no point holding the outside there, and that's the overtake done. However, following that overtake, we have the long run up on the back straight. Pagani's still lurking in the background, but this long run is very good for my Corvette because the Corvette is extraordinarily fast in the straights. You see here, side by side, coming up to Blanchimont. Who's going to yield first? Joker yields, and I go through on the inside of Blanchimont, but I go slightly wide. Is Joker going to have a chance to overtake? No, because he's being pressured by Pagani, who was lurking in the background. Pagani tries the outside, Joker holds the inside, holds his position, and I hold my position in first up until Joker gets the better exit. So side by side again, going into turn 1. Who's going to come out first out of turn 1? It's side by side behind us as well with Kieran and Pagani. It's a little bit ghosting there. I cover the inside and I manage to keep P2, as unfortunately I'm overtaken by Joker. Joker stays out in first. However, what comes after every corner? In most cases it is other corners, but in this case it's a long straight, and that's where my car is strongest, so I'm going to be able to have the toe going up behind Joker, which could be good for sizing up a move going into the chicane. Is it going to be enough though? He's weaving about in front of me. I'm trying to keep that toe as much as I can, but I can't quite get close enough to make the overtake. We've skipped forward again, this time to the start of lap 4, because during lap 3 I was being caught up quite quickly by Pagani. Pagani now makes the move following my mistake on the exit of turn 1. And to be honest, it's not the worst thing in the world, because you see here later on in lap 4 how far Pagani has gone ahead now. He's got much more pace than me, probably even Joker up front. So I thought it's best to just leave him out ahead and follow him. But this is what I was hoping for. Now things are starting to get a little bit spicy up in the lead as Pagani goes for the move on the inside of this corner. Yet again, like he did on lap 1 on Joker, he makes the move for first place. However, things will change as Pagani goes wide out onto the Astro, and that costs him dearly coming down into the run to Pouhon. Joker on the outside. Can Pagani hold the inside? They both go slightly wide off the line. They're both onto the Astro, so that leaves both of them vulnerable as I overtake Joker, and I'm now side by side with Pagani coming through these S's. I choose the outside on this right-hander, so I have the inside on the left-hander, and I make the move perfectly just like that. So far though, we're in lap 5 and this has been an amazing battle for the lead. Even down to P5 is still within touching distance of the lead, but this three-way battle between me and Pagani and Joker has been incredible. So now we're going to look at my fastest lap under pressure from Pagani the whole time, bear in mind. On lap 6, this is where I did it. Very slidey out of turn 1, so still could be very much optimised. Now on the oh so famous run down to the Eau Rouge and Raidillon section, the most iconic part of this track, the bit that everyone recognises about this circuit, just getting it perfect. You can take it perfectly flat in this. So we're just going to fast forward down the Kemmel Straight because you don't want to see me drive down a straight for ages. So I'm going to get the braking just at the start of the rumble strips on the left, turn in early, don't hit those bollards. I do clip the curb a little bit too much there, but it was fine. Maybe not as inside on that corner that I should have been, but decent exit. Got a decent braking point there, maybe turned it a tiny bit too early and I've gone a tiny bit too wide at the apex. But at the end of the day, the lap didn't need to be perfect, it just needed to be good enough to get the fastest lap. And the exit of that corner brings us onto Pouhon, a really challenging corner on this circuit. You have to get the braking perfect, trail brake your way through this corner, and I didn't really maximise the exit as much as I could have done. See Pagani still really close behind because of that. I could have a lot more pace through here. Coming up now to these S's where a lot of overtakes have happened. Luckily Pagani didn't go for a lunge. But again, I'm going really wide at these apexes, which is decent for tyre wear, but maybe not so perfect for lap time. Braking at the start of the rumbles on the left-hand side. Try not to go too wide because there is some AstroTurf on the left there, which will slow your car down. Same with this corner. Going to speed this up on the back straight, coming up to Blanchimont. Blanchimont is completely flat in these, you can take a really ideal line through that. And now, final corners, the bus stop chicane. I'm going to go straight far into the rumbles to get the best entry possible, clip the inside of the curb there, get a really decent exit, shift up second early for the traction, and this lap is going to be a 15.6. Before we get onto the climax of this race and the final lap, I would like to ask if you're enjoying this just to leave a like and subscribe. And I do stream on Twitch. My Twitch username is the exact same as the YouTube, so it's not difficult to find. I'm trying to do some more frequent streams every week or so, every couple of days. But now Joker has caught up quite a lot on this final lap. He's overtaken Pagani in the time since we last picked up on them, and he's really closing in. He's got a lot of pace in that Audi, and at this stage in the race I'm really struggling with the tyres, just trying to bring the car home as easily as I can. But you see, there's just so much more grip in that Audi through the corners than my Corvette has. So now, coming up to these S's again, he's not quite close enough to make a move, but I have a track record of not being very quick around here. I go super wide out the right-hander, take it very narrow on the left-hander, try to be defensive. I think, is he going to go for the outside? Is he going to go for the inside? I force him out to the outside. However, similar to lap 1, I slide through that corner and he makes it through on the outside. Coming up to the back straight now, he is ahead. He may be ahead, but can I do something similar to earlier in the race? Can I take him with Blanchimont? He's much wiser now to it. As he holds the inside, there's not much point in me trying to take the outside around Blanchimont, so I think, okay, I'll be patient, I'll wait until the bus stop. Here we go, slightly wide throughout Blanchimont, catching a bit of grass. He holds the inside of the bus stop chicane, so I decide I'd go around the outside. I am ahead of him at the apex, but he just managed to squeeze through, and that is Joker taking the race win and me taking second in what was probably my most exciting race I've had in months. Thanks, guys.